So Arsenal have sealed the Noni Madueke deal. It's a 52 million, as it's reported by Fabrizio Romano. There is a meltdown. There's a massive meltdown from Arsenal fans. Is it because of the price? Is it because of the order? Is it because of the priorities? Is it because they cannot get Viktor Gyökeres across the line? Is it because Rodrygo was on the market? Do they want Eze before? We'll talk all about it. There is a massive update from Fabrizio Romano and Ben Jacobs and Ornstein regarding all these deals. And Arsenal is still in the market for these players. And is Noni Madueke the right move for Arsenal? Probably not now. If Noni Madueke at the end will say yes, we'll give you all the updates. We'll talk about what will Arsenal do and how will Arsenal be shaped next season, of course, after this deal. And can they still get their, of course, targets? Listen, before we go and talk about the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let me know in the comments what you think about what I think. Turn on the notification bell. And let's start by one thing. We're going to start by the Madueke deal. Is the 52 million pound deal, including the add-ons, a fair deal? No. It could have been less with 10 or even 15 million. And Arsenal fans have all the right to have a meltdown. However, there is some part of the Arsenal fan base that talk about the Madueke deal as he is the backup for Saka. Our right side now got stronger with Saka being the starter and Madueke being the backup, which is fair, and I get it. But the problem is, it's the order. But I'm here to tell you one thing. The order of the signings doesn't mean priorities. But in the same time, did they have to do the Madueke deal today? Did they have to seal the Madueke deal quickly? Who was going to bid 52 million for Madueke? What is going on? Why would Arsenal seal the deal within 24 hours of the initial bid? It's a high fee. There is a petition that was going around, of course, for Madueke to not join Arsenal. I actually am not with the abuse that the guy have received. They haven't even given him a chance. He doesn't deserve this. He's a human being, and he doesn't deserve to actually be called out like this, and people sending him abuse to his messages and his personal messages. That is unacceptable. This, I actually believe it might be a panic signing for Arsenal, that they saw an opportunity, they jumped on it, and they overpaid. You have to negotiate a little bit down, in my opinion. Like Chelsea asked for 55 million. You could have negotiated. You could have started with 40. And then you went to 45 maybe, including add-ons. But you give Chelsea 52 million, even if it includes add-ons. That is a lot of money, in my opinion. And Arsenal fans have all the rights to actually be a little bit upset. But there is one more thing that people haven't considered. As it's reported by Ben Jacob, the talks will start with Crystal Palace now. Maybe that's why they sealed the Noni Madueke deal quickly, so they turned their attention to Eze. He wants to join Arsenal. He has a 68 million pounds release clause that can be paid over 3 installments, which can be 60 plus 8 add-ons. Arsenal can negotiate the deal down more. It is reported that this deal is separate from the Madueke deal. Arsenal will still bid for Eze. What Eze adds to Arsenal is that he can actually provide a competition for the number 10 position. He can play as an 8, and he can also fill in for the left winger. But do Arsenal actually need as a priority now to sign a number 10? Or they need to go and look for a left winger, especially that the reports are saying that Trossard is about to leave, that Trossard might not stay at the club, that Arsenal might get 20 million pounds from Fenerbahce for Trossard, so they need a left winger. We will talk about the Rodrygo situation, which Fabrizio Romano updated us. But Eze, in my opinion, is a good left winger. Is he elite left winger? No. Is he an elite 10? Absolutely. He's fantastic. And I believe within some games, he can actually bench Martin Odegaard. The problem is, Martin Odegaard is the captain. And Mikel Arteta loves his captain. He might not drop him. But I also see Mikel Arteta looking out for himself. If Martin Odegaard doesn't pick up the form that he was 2 years ago, and he still plays like he played last year, maybe Eze will have his spot. Maybe Eze will come in and actually get the spot of the number 10, because I believe what Eze offers to Arsenal is actually dribbling, finishing, physicality, and passing and creativity. And that is what Eze provides Arsenal. and it is reported that he's priority. So should Arsenal fans panic? Not yet. We'll talk about it. Not yet. There is the Viktor Gyökeres and there is the Rodrygo talk. So wait, stay with us, like the video, and I'm gonna tell you all about it. But all I have to say is that I'm gonna ask you the first question. If Eze and Madueke and maybe Gyökeres is your window, are you happy with it? Of course, adding Zubamendi, Norgard, and Kepa, is that good enough for Arsenal to try to win the league or the Champions League? It depends. Do you see Eze as the left winger that will take Arsenal to the next level? You let me know. I don't think he is. I think he can take Arsenal to the next level if he provides a competition in the middle. If the midfield has Zubamendi, Rice, Odegaard, Moreno, and Eze, and Norgard as backup, that is adequate. That is actually one of the best midfield combinations in the league, in my opinion. These 6 players, of course, you talk about Norgard being not good and everything, but Norgard, if he's the 6th choice midfielder, that is good enough for Arsenal. And I believe that midfield is elite and can battle in every competition. But what about the left winger? And what about the striker? That is the big deal for Arsenal because they still need a bagsman. They still need a number 9 that will score abundance of goals. And it's not going to be Madueke. Even if Madueke starts on the left, he's not going to give you 10 goals. He might give you 5 goals, 5 assists, 6 goals, 6 assists, something like that. But he's not going to score 20 goals for you. And Eze is not going to score 20 goals. So still Arsenal have the problem of the goals that they need to score to win some games. And I'm not talking about the amount of goals that Arsenal scored during the season. I'm talking about the games where Arsenal struggle, the 0-0s, the 1-1s, the ones that Arsenal need to clinch by 1 goal. These are the ones that need that elite striker that will take you to the next level. And now comes the Gyökeres news that Fabrizio Romano have said, calm Arsenal fans. He said, stay calm. Don't believe the report. Arsenal have not walked away from the Eze deal. He is still the Gyökeres deal. There is a difference in valuation of £4 million, €5 million. I believe that is not only the thing that is stopping Arsenal from signing Gyökeres. There is a difference between Arsenal and Sporting Lisbon about the structure of the deal. Sporting Lisbon need some payments up front. But also there is one more thing that you never thought about as an Arsenal fan or as a rival fan, that Gyökeres wants to play for Arsenal. Fabrizio Romano said that even Manchester United spoke to him again, and he said, I'm totally focused on Arsenal. At least that's a good sign for you, as if you're an Arsenal fan. Of course, if you're a rival, you don't like it. You don't like that Arsenal are getting that player. It's better for the league, in my opinion. If Man City have Haaland, Newcastle have Isak, we don't know if he's going or not. Most likely he's not going to go. Liverpool are going to sign a striker. Viktor Gyökeres plays for Arsenal if he joins Arsenal. And Joao Pedro and Delap play for Chelsea. That provides competition. But if Arsenal do get Gyökeres, I don't believe they get Cisco. Because RB Leipzig will actually up the price again. Because they know that Arsenal have sat at the table with Sporting Lisbon and they tried to sign Gyökeres. The 54 goals striker last season is a classic number 9, but also very physical, can play in spaces and can score abundance of goals. That is Arsenal's number 1 target. My only concern is that why did you pay that extra money for Chelsea when you could have paid that money for Viktor Gyökeres and maybe tried to negotiate with Chelsea? It didn't make sense to me. That is me personally. I wanted an answer and I still don't have the answer. Maybe you can give me the answer. Why the Madueke deal has moved that quickly and the Viktor Gyökeres deal have taken that long? You could have negotiated a little bit and maybe you could have paid the difference. I know that everyone look out for their club and the finances, but £4 million, come on. The guy already gave up €2 million of his wages. Come on now. You could have really tried to get Gyökeres. I believe they're going to get him. I'm so convinced that Gyökeres will be an Arsenal player. Very, very convinced. That is every time Fabrizio speaks, it gives me more confidence that Arsenal will sign Viktor Gyökeres because he keeps saying one thing. Viktor Gyökeres is not going to report to training for Sporting Lisbon and he wants only Arsenal. So he's going to force the move. Basically, and Sporting will have to cave. That is what I think is going to happen. There is the other update that people haven't spoken about. that now Rodrygo for 5 games in the Club World Cup has not gotten a start, and Real Madrid are willing to sell him. Rodrygo wants to try with Real Madrid. It is reported that he wants to try again with Real Madrid, but I don't think he's in the plans of Xabi Alonso. They're gonna sit next week with his camp, with him, Real Madrid, to decide his future. I believe they're gonna tell him to find another club because they are looking in the transfer market for other players. They, of course, and they have players that play in this. They are focusing on Brahim Diaz. They're focusing on Arda Güler, Mbappe, Vini Jr., and they might sign another forward. So Rodrygo's not in their plans. He's 100 million euros, which is 86 million pounds. That is very affordable for Arsenal. But also, let's not forget that it's affordable for Liverpool. If they sell Luis Diaz, maybe they can go in and try to hijack the deal. If there is a deal, there's not a deal. Man City have inquired about him. Maybe Chelsea will go and try to sign him. Yes, people will tell me that Chelsea might not be able to sign him, but Chelsea have Champions League football, and he's going to be the undisputed start on the left. At Arsenal, he might be the undisputed start on the left. Maybe Eze will be able to battle him if both join the club. Do you think, and I'm going to ask you a question, do you think Arsenal will at least try to sign Rodrygo? I believe they will inquire about him. They will try to lower the price. But the problem is, I believe there will be other clubs that are willing to pay what Real Madrid want. There might be a bidding war. Are Arsenal ready to go in a bidding war, especially after getting Madueke? Probably not. But at least I want to see Arsenal try to sign Rodrygo, as I want to see Liverpool, as I want to see Chelsea to try at least to sign Rodrygo. But Arsenal have been the club that has spoken the most about Rodrygo. I'm not sure what is going to happen in the market for Arsenal, but the panic has started already. The meltdown from the fans have started. People are saying it doesn't make any sense. I'm not sure how it all fits together. Is Madueke, I'm just going to give you the rules that I think they will play. Madueke is going to be a rotational option for Bukayo Saka. Gyökeres is going to be the starting striker. Eze might be in the midfield, of course. He might battle Odegaard for his starting place. And Rodrygo will be the starting left winger. That will be elite window, of course, but that will cost a lot of money. And Arsenal already spent 50 million on Zubamendi and 52 million on Noni Madueke. Of course, in the coming days, they will actually show us the payment structure and the wages of Noni Madueke and all that, and we will know at that time what is the plan for Noni Madueke. But I think that the Gyökeres deal needs to be finalized, at least for the fans to calm down. And now they try to go and sign Eze, and they go and sign Rodrygo. The Gyökeres deal is that close, as it's reported by Fabrizio Romano. So why they don't go and try to sign him to finalize the deal? It's strange to me. I want to ask you the final question. Hit that like button and subscribe. Do Arsenal fans now have the right to panic? Do Arsenal fans have the right to have the meltdown about the Madueke? And why? If you say yes, let me know why. Is it the price? Or is it because they signed him before Gyökeres and before Eze and before Rodrygo? You let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Hit that like button and subscribe, and I will see you guys soon.